Here, I got your favorite candy, Zade says, his teenage voice breaking and shifting between the boy I consider my best friend and the future alpha of our pack. He hands me a Snickers bar before unwrapping his own package of Twizzlers. I thank him, but aside from that, neither of us says anything as the crickets begin to chirp. I ignore the telltale pricks of mosquitoes feasting on my bare legs, instead focusing on the sunset. The sky is orange and pink above us, peeking through the thicket of evergreens. The hood of the car is warm on my thighs, and a trickle of sweat slides down my back. It's unforgivably hot, something that only happens once or twice a year where we live. Zade is parked in our favorite spot, having stolen his dad's car again. I know it's irresponsible, seeing as how neither of us even have our permit yet, but we're both angry with our parents, so it sort of feels like a payback. He's a good driver, if that means anything. He's always careful when I'm with him. Plus, they're off at a gala, so they won't even know we're gone. Swallowing, I crinkle up my paper and pocket it. Zade does the same with his. I know we're both thinking the same thing. I can feel the tension in the air, thicker than the heat that hangs over our little town on the coast of Northern California. And I know that today changed everything. My future, our friendship, everything I've ever known. It hits me then that this is how a person grows up. It's not gradual like they say. You don't mature slowly over time. Something happens. Something that forces you to grow up. One minute you're a kid listening to your favorite song in your bedroom, and the next, you find out you're betrothed to your best friend. And he's not just my best friend. He's the future alpha of the Willow Creek wolf pack. We'd have to get married one day and produce heirs. Barf. I glance at Zade, and he's the same sickly shade of green as me. If you think about it, he starts, then pauses as he weighs the pros and cons. I can actually see the scheming happening in his mind right now. Don't start, I bark, pulling my knees into my chest. You're not terrible to look at, he continues, and I have to physically keep from throwing up. Just stop, I beg, squeezing my eyes shut. Am I that awful to look at? He asks. My eyes fly open, and I whip my head around to face him. Objectively, I know he's handsome, or will be one day. He's still in that gangly, awkward preteen stage, but his father, our alpha, is very handsome. I have no doubt he'll grow up and be irresistible. Just not to me.